Hello, Saints. This is Dr. Francis Myles. On behalf of Carmela and myself, I want to say welcome again to Kingdom Fire Courts of Heaven Conference. It's going to be a dynamic time of the God encounter while you are here. So receive everything that the Lord has for you. Normally, on the first night of a conference, you raise an offering for the conference because we all know it costs money to bring these dynamic speakers in and do the other things that goes with doing a very successful conference at the level that we do it at. But today is different. Today's offering, I'm not raising money for the conference. That will start tomorrow. Today, I want to raise money for the reaching of the lost by the thousands and thousands of people. So with that in mind, I want to show you what's next for Francis Myles International. Watch this video, and I'll be right back to give it context. So you might be asking, what truck was that about? What was the truck about? Well, the truck is one of the equipments we are buying for the crusade in Africa. The Lord has spoken to my wife and I to move to Africa for a year. We'll still be coming back to the USA because we have a lot of ministry in America. But for 1 year, we are going to be building a crusade team that can travel into different African nations. And in 2024, we are coming back to America, where our headquarters is. But then I'll be able to join the crusade team from time to time. Wherever God sends them, I'll meet them there. I'll be the evangelist. I'll preach the gospel. I'll fly back to the US, and they'll go back to the Republic of Zambia with all the equipment that we are going to be putting together for the crusades. This is a very expensive undertaking, but obedience is better than sacrifice. And right now, we're believing God for at least $300,000 to do this properly. And so far, by the grace of God, we have already raised $130,000 from many of our partners who just love this ministry. The Lord spoke to me and said, Francis, I want you to do a Gideon 300 campaign. And the Lord told me exactly how it was to be done. And it's been amazing to see God's people responding to that. Well, tonight, maybe God speaks to you to be part of the Gideon 300. How can you be part of the Gideon 300? You know, God did miraculous things with Gideon with only 300 people. It doesn't take a lot of people if they are walking at a frequency of obedience to God to do great things for the kingdom. So as to become a member of the Gideon 300, there are two levels of giving that are available to you. You can give $1,000 seed. If you give $1,000 seed, be part of the Gideon 300, we are going to take a brick. On the brick, we are going to inscribe the name of your name, your chosen name, on that brick. That brick will become part of the evangelistic altar we are building in Africa at our ministry headquarters there. So every time we're about to go for the crusades, we'll gather around this evangelistic altar and pray for the next crusade around this altar and remember the people that made it possible, which is you and those others that became part of the Gideon 300. On top of that, I will be giving you a phone call to pray for you over the phone for giving that $1,000 seed. Now, if you give $2,000 or more, you get the brick with the name of, with whatever name you wanted it. It could be a dedication to your grandmother or your father who's now in heaven. You want to just memorize them. Whatever name you want to put on the stone, we'll put it on there. It will be part of the altar, the evangelistic altar we are building in Africa for the reaching of the lost. And then I'm going to give up 45 minutes of my time to pray with you and anybody you want to bring to a Zoom conference call with me. And I've done that already with quite a few people, and it's been phenomenal to see how God has moved in their lives in an amazing way. Why do I do that? Even though I'm a very busy man, is because winning souls is that important to me. Will you pray about being part of the Gideon 300 by giving $1,000 or $2,000? But I know this, some of you, God has blessed you so much, $2,000 is nothing. Some of you, your level of grace for giving and income, you could give 10,000, you give it 5,000 easily as the Lord tells you. That's between you and the Lord. But I'm excited for everybody who joins us today for this mammoth campaign. Now, tonight, if you can give $1,000, whatever the Lord tells you to give, we appreciate it. But I'm looking for that Gideon 300 so we can get to where God wants us to go. Once again, thank you for coming to Kingdom Fire today by the Spirit of God. I love you and I appreciate you, and may God bless you.